Hello board game brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode where I'll be letting you know of Kickstarters launching this week. And as you can see, this is not my house. I'm actually taking you guys on the road this week, so I hope you appreciate that. I actually did film most of this at home, but I'll be filming the intro here. And the first thing I want to say is that I'm currently running a contest where you can win a wormwood table or a box throne shelf, so definitely check that out. I'm going to be announcing the winner for the shelf on September 17th. I'll leave a link to that video up here. Definitely just go check that out right now and pause this video because that one's really cool, and then come back here and watch this video. With that said, I got 3 winners to announce from last week's video's totally separate giveaway, and then I have 2 more giveaways to announce in this video. So let's jump straight into it. Since we had 3 giveaways last week, that means we have to draw 3 winners now, and the first giveaway was for an all-in pledge of 𝗚𝗺𝗶 𝗟𝗶𝗀, and all you had to do to enter that contest was enter a comment with the hashtag 𝗚𝗺𝗶 and just let me know what you thought about the game. And to draw a winner, I use this little application here, and these names at the bottom are actually extra entries to my Patreon subscribers. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, definitely check out my Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's really the best way to support the channel. So let's go ahead and draw the comments and see who the winner is. And we have 𝗚𝗺𝗲 and he says, 𝗚𝗺𝗲 caught my eye when it launched. Standees usually throw me off, but the fact that these are acrylic and look very detailed kept me interested. And I actually feel the exact same way. Standees are a huge turnoff to me. Sometimes I won't even buy a game because it has standees, but I actually really like these acrylic alternatives, and I hope that more board games continue to use these in the future. Congratulations on the win, 𝗚𝗺𝗲, and let's go ahead and draw the next winner. And this was for Long Live the King. And to enter that contest, you just had to leave the hashtag #LongLiveTheKing, and you had to let me know which character in the game you most associated with. So let's go ahead and grab these comments. And we have Michelle A, and they say this looks like a good social deduction game. Well, you didn't let me know which character you wanted to be, but I'll give you a pass on this one. I really just asked those extra bits of information just to add a little bit of flair, but you entered the contest, you left the hashtag, and congratulations on the win. And last but not least, let's get to the final giveaway, and that was for Deck of Wonders. And for this one, I was asking more of a philosophical question. I was asking if you believed in fate. And let's grab those comments. And we have 𝗚𝗺𝗲1908. Congratulations, 𝗚𝗚𝗲. This is actually a new Patreon subscriber, so that's really exciting. And since it's a Patreon subscriber, this doesn't come with a comment, but make sure to congratulate the winners down in the comment section below. If you did win, make sure to email me at adam@shelfclutter.com to claim your prize. And the first giveaway I have for you is Antematter by 𝗏𝗏𝗏 Games. And Antematter plays 3 to 6 players, and it actually looks to blend strategy gaming with the game of Texas Hold'em. Players play as space pirates that are smuggling and salvaging across the galaxy. And after you've grifted all you can, you're going to take all that plunder back to the poker table, where you can even win more money or lose it all. The artwork for this game looks amazing, and it also comes with some really nice components. And these components also include 200 poker chips, which you don't normally see in board games because poker chips can be quite expensive. But for a deluxe edition of this game, it's really cool to see that, and considering that, the price is actually quite reasonable. And for this giveaway, we're giving away the base pledge, and that includes the Kickstarter edition of Antematter, a Kickstarter exclusive comic, as well as all unlocked stretch goals during the campaign. And to enter this contest, all you have to do is leave a comment down below with the hashtag Antematter, spelled like it's spelt just like on this campaign, and let me know what would be the first spaceship that you would commandeer as a space pirate. Mine would be the USS Enterprise. Sorry, Jean-Luc, but it's pretty hard to say no to a ship that has a replicator that can replicate any food I want. And the next giveaway we have is actually for a card game book, and this is by CardGames101, and this is currently on Kickstarter. You can check it out. And this is a really nice modern looking book that has all the most popular card games, including things like Rummy, President, and one of my personal favorites, 𝗚𝗏𝗏. And this is really simple to use. It tells you all the different games and has diagrams and all the details you need to play those games. This would be something that's really nice to keep around the house, or if you're traveling, it'd be great to take with you because all you need is a deck of cards. You can play 30 different games. And this giveaway is for the Buy the Book pledge, and that's going to get you the book. And all you have to do to enter this contest is leave a comment down below with the hashtag playing cards, and let me know what your favorite card game is to play. And with that said, let's check out the Kickstarters. And if you're wondering where I am, I actually rented an Airbnb here in Niagara. So if you love living large, make sure to hit that like button and maybe even consider subscribing. And the first game releases on September 8th, and it's called Feudal Endevor, and this plays 2 to 6 players and takes about 20 to 60 minutes to play. And in this game, players are lords and ladies of great noble houses in Imperial Russia's noble age. Players are going to be competing against each other to win the favor of the Empress. This game focuses on simultaneous bidding and tableau building. It also has a touch of resource management and set collection. Each round consists of 5 phases that are mostly happening simultaneously to keep the game moving quickly. The first round, players are going to be secretly bidding on different deeds and abilities. This is going to allow you to gain new resources, enrich your economy, or perform acts of war against your neighbors. In the next round, all players gain 6 gold and then generate resources from the buildings they chose to activate in the first phase. In the third phase, everyone reveals their bid and the winner is determined. Anyone who wins an auction sends their resources to the supply, while everyone else returns their resources back to their own personal supply. The fourth phase, you have the opportunity to fulfill the Empress's bidding card or to renovate her palace to gain favor. This gains you victory points for endgame scoring. And in the final phase, the auction block is restocked with new deeds and the Empress's bidding card is replaced with a new one. The game ends immediately after the fourth phase anytime a player completes all the deeds in their player area or if the deeds deck has completely run out. The player with the most favor wins the game. This game is not going to retail and is entirely Kickstarter exclusive, so if it's something you're interested in, make sure to check it out. And the next game is also on the 8th, and it's called 𝗚𝗺, and it plays 2 to 4 players and takes about 45 to 75 minutes to play. This is actually another game that takes place in Russia, but instead of the Golden Age, it takes place in the times of trouble. The king has fallen but has no one to take his place, and this sparks the interest of even the poorest people in Russia. Players start as peasants working their way up the classes to nobility with the hopes of taking over the kingdom. This is a secret identity building game where you actually get to choose the character that you want to be. Each character has their own special ability that you'll be trying to use as you build up your estate and move up the ranks. You'll also be gaining action cards that are going to help you along the way, and you'll be able to bluff your way to the front of the pack, but just don't get caught lying. This game incorporates bluffing, pattern building, take that, and variable player powers. The game ends as soon as someone buys their way to becoming the next king, but the actual winner is the one with the most royalty points. If someone can reach 10 royalty points before anyone becomes king, then that player automatically becomes king and wins the game. Also on the 8th, we have Dungeon Fighter in the Labyrinth of Sinister Storms, and this plays 1 to 6 players and takes 45 to 60 minutes to play. And this is from Horrible Guild that also produce games like Potion Explosion, Railroad Inc., Dragon Castle, and The King's Dilemma. And in this game, players are professional heroes sent into a dungeon to fight monsters and take on the final boss. This builds upon the original Dungeon Fighter that was released 10 years ago, but streamlines the rules and adds a ton of new content. This is a standalone version of the game that has its own unique dungeon and unique set of rules. And in this game, you'll be fighting through a dungeon using makeshift weapons and wooden dice. This is a cooperative game and it incorporates card drafting, dice rolling, and variable player powers. Make it through the jungle and beat that boss, and you win the game. And also on September 8th, we have Embarcadero by Renegade Game Studio, and this plays 2 to 4 players and takes 60 to 90 minutes to play. And this game takes place in San Francisco back in 1950 when the gold rush was in full swing. Many ships sailed and anchored in San Francisco only to be abandoned by their crew who were overtaken by gold fever. Players are going to be competing to claim these ships and tow them to harbor to house their growing empires that will eventually become San Francisco. The game takes place over 3 rounds, and in each round, players take turns playing cards and placing tiles to take control of wharves to earn points and influence. This game incorporates area influence, automatic resource growth, a market, and zone of control. And the next campaign on the 8th is called Freedom 5, a Sentinel Comics board game. And this plays 1 to 5 players, but doesn't have a time specified. And this is actually designed by a few different designers that have created some pretty famous games like Arkham Horror, Street Masters, and Descent. And Freedom 5 is a cooperative strategy game where players are going to be protecting their hometown from a bunch of villains. Players are each going to be attempting to master their special ability while trying to manage crisis across the town of 𝗚𝗚𝗟𝗀. This game will offer a campaign mode where you can work your way through the comics, but it also offers standalone challenges as well. They're calling this game the newest evolution of Defenders of the Realm, so if you like that game, you might want to check this one out. And this one's going to be my pick of the week. And the reason I'm picking this one is because of the publisher and the designers of this game. And it's not because I love the publisher or anything like that, but it's just interesting to see Arcane Wonders put out an epic campaign like this because it's really a lot different than the types of games that they normally put out. Arcane Wonders is known more for games like Mage Wars, 𝗚𝗚𝗟𝗶 Sheriff of Nottingham, and Viral, so I'm interested to see what they might do differently compared to other companies when they release a game like this one. And then the designers that they have working on this game have been in the industry for a very long time, so it does give me a lot of confidence in this game. I don't know anything more about this game, but I would guess that the all-in pledge is probably going to be about $300. It looks like they're trying to get into that same sort of space that you might expect other companies like CMON, Awakened Realms, or Monolith. It does seem a little bit like they may have seen the success of those campaigns and they're pivoting to try and capture some of that themselves. And I really don't see that as a bad thing. Companies need to make money, but at the same time, those campaigns do well because those value propositions make sense for the Kickstarter platform. It's also nice to see that part of this is iterated on from Defenders of the Realm, because that can just give you a little bit of confidence to know that they're building this upon a system that's already established and known to work. And if you like Defenders of the Realm, you can have a lot of confidence if you're deciding to back this one. So the IP doesn't really do anything for me, but if that's something that you're interested in, then that's just another layer of value added onto this package. I just want to pause here and say thanks for watching the video, and if you like the content, make sure to hit that like button because it really helps with the YouTube algorithms, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this because I post a video every Sunday. If you want to be super duper awesome, make sure to check out my Patreon because there's a few nice perks there, and it's the best way to help out the channel, and I really appreciate it. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And on September 9th, we have Arcana Magica, and this plays 2 to 4 players and takes 30 to 90 minutes to play. This is a competitive game that uses dice, tarot cards, and a poker deck. Players are going to be using the poker deck in order to summon different tarot cards into attack position. Based on the symbols that are on the tarot cards, you'll be able to roll different dice in order to attack your opponents. This game does have a couple of positive comments in the rating section, so make sure to check those out if you want to know more. They also have the game up on Tabletop Simulator and Tabletopia if you want to try it for yourself. The last game I have for you also releases on the 9th, and it's called Monsters on Board, and this plays 1 to 4 players and takes 30 to 60 minutes to play. And this is being published by Final Frontier, who also created games like 𝗚𝗚𝗟𝗶𝗀𝗀, Rise to Nobility, and Merchant's Cove. And in this game, players are monsters preparing for a party, but you're all out of your favorite drink, spook juice. Since this is brewed from human fear, there's only one way to get more, and that's to go to the local town and scare some humans. Monsters on Board is a dice drafting game that takes place over 6 rounds. Each round, players are going to draft dice that represent monsters, and you're going to be trying to fulfill your objective prophecy cards. Higher dice represent the scarier monsters, while lower dice represent the less scary monsters. Scarier monsters get you more spook juice, but have less powerful abilities, while the less scary monsters try much harder and therefore have more powerful abilities. You'll be able to draft 4 dice, and also the color of the dice are going to allow you to move the matching colored monster miniature on the board. Moving these monsters around allow you to scare townsfolk and grant you special abilities and extra spook juice. You'll also be able to summon arch monsters and ghosts that will help you along the way. At the end of the game, players gain additional spook juice based on how well they completed their prophecy cards, scared the town, and appeased the arch monsters. The player with the most spook juice wins the game. And that's it for campaigns this week, but don't forget that I'm also running a massive giveaway right now for a box throne shelf and a wormwood table. I'm going to leave a link to that video up here, and make sure to check it out because I'm going to be announcing a winner for the box throne shelf really soon. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe because it really does a lot to help this channel grow. And until next time, keep that shelf cluttered and the table full.